Hello and welcome to our channel. Today's topic is something that can deeply influence your personal and professional life: manipulation. Have you ever felt like you're being controlled or manipulated, but you couldn't quite put your finger on why? You're not alone, and it's a more common issue than you might think. In this video, we're bringing you 10 crucial lessons on how to avoid being manipulated or controlled by others. These lessons will empower you to take control over your life and relationships. But first, let me ask you this. Have you ever left a conversation feeling like you agreed to something you didn't want to? We'll dive into why that happens and what you can do to stop it. Let's get started, and stay tuned until the end, where we'll reveal a powerful technique that you can start using today to safeguard yourself against manipulation. 1. Recognize emotional manipulation. Understanding the signs of emotional manipulation is the first step in protecting yourself. Manipulators often use guilt, shame, and fear to control others. They may make you feel like you're the problem or that you owe them something. For example, they might say things like, "After all I've done for you," or "If you really loved me, you'd do this." These are classic manipulation tactics designed to control your emotions and actions. But what can you do to counteract these tactics emotionally? Watch on to discover your emotional armor against manipulation. 2. Trust your instincts. Your gut feeling is your first line of defense. If something feels off in an interaction, trust yourself. Often, people are manipulated because they second-guess their intuition. Pay attention to those red flags, whether it's a feeling of discomfort or unease. Sometimes, your subconscious picks up on subtle cues that your conscious mind might miss. What's the next step after identifying that something feels off? Keep watching to learn actionable steps you can take to trust and act on your instincts. 3. Set clear boundaries. Boundaries are essential for maintaining your autonomy. Clearly outline what is and isn't acceptable in your relationships. Communicate these boundaries openly and honestly. For instance, if someone constantly asks for favors but never reciprocates, it's time to set a boundary. Say, "I'm unable to help you with this right now, but let's find another solution." It's one thing to set boundaries, but how do you enforce them effectively? We'll cover that soon. 4. Develop self-awareness. Self-awareness is crucial for recognizing when you're being manipulated. Understand your vulnerabilities and triggers. Manipulators often exploit these to gain control over you. For example, if you have a strong need for approval, a manipulator might withhold it to get what they want. By knowing your weaknesses, you can strengthen them and be less susceptible to manipulation. How do you turn vulnerabilities into strengths? Stay tuned to find out practical methods to enhance your self-awareness. 5. Learn to say no. Saying no is a powerful tool in avoiding manipulation. It may sound simple, but for many, it's a difficult skill to master. Practice saying no in various scenarios to build your confidence. For instance, if a colleague asks you to take on extra work that you can't handle, politely decline and offer a constructive alternative. "I'm currently at capacity, but maybe we can delegate this task to someone else." But what if someone doesn't take no for an answer? We'll discuss effective strategies to stand your ground shortly. 6. Analyze the manipulator's motives. Understanding why someone is trying to manipulate you can provide valuable insights. Often, manipulators have underlying insecurities or unmet needs driving their behavior. By recognizing their motives, you can better navigate the situation. For example, if a friend constantly seeks validation through your actions, acknowledge their need, but don't let it dictate your behavior. What are some common manipulative motives you should be aware of? Watch on to identify and understand these motives. 7. Use assertive communication. Assertive communication is key to defending yourself against manipulation. It involves expressing your thoughts and feelings clearly and respectfully. Use I statements to take ownership of your feelings without blaming others. For instance, "I feel overwhelmed" when I'm asked to take on additional tasks without notice. This approach helps in setting boundaries and expressing your needs effectively. How can you balance assertiveness without coming across as aggressive? Stay tuned for expert tips on mastering assertive communication. 8. Educate yourself on psychological tactics. Knowledge is power. Learn about common psychological tactics used in manipulation, such as gaslighting, love bombing, and passive aggression. Gaslighting, for instance, involves making someone doubt their reality. By understanding these tactics, you can recognize and counteract them. For instance, if someone says, "You're too sensitive," acknowledge your feelings and stand your ground. What's the most harmful psychological tactic you need to look out for? We'll reveal it shortly, so keep watching. 9. Seek support from trusted individuals. Isolation can make you more susceptible to manipulation. Cultivate a network of trusted friends, family, or counselors who can offer objective perspectives. Discuss your concerns with them and seek their advice. They can provide emotional support and help you see situations more clearly. For example, a trusted friend might say, "You deserve better than this," reinforcing your self-worth. How do you choose the right people to confide in? We'll discuss ways to build a reliable support network soon. 10. Practice self-care and self-respect. Taking care of yourself is fundamental to avoiding manipulation. When you prioritize your well-being, you're less likely to accept mistreatment from others. Engage in activities that boost your self-esteem and make you feel good about yourself. Whether it's exercise, a hobby, or spending time with loved ones, self-care reinforces your sense of self-worth and resilience. But what's the ultimate self-care practice that shields you against manipulation? Stick around to discover this game-changing tip. There you have it, minus 10 essential lessons to help you avoid being manipulated or controlled by others. Understanding and implementing these strategies can dramatically improve your personal and professional life. Remember, recognizing manipulation is the first step, but taking action to protect yourself is equally important. If these lessons resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Join our growing community where we empower each other to live more authentically and independently. And make sure to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update.